So I graduated in 1994. My name is Jeremiah Knight. I graduated with a classics degree. So I was focused on ancient Greek literature, and I was sort of interested in mythology and archaeology and all that stuff when I was younger. Sort of landed there, not having any particular understanding of what I was going to do with that after I graduated. What I do now is I'm the chief operating officer of Saatchi, which is an advertising agency. So I've heard it said once that life is best understood when looked at backwards. And I could probably make the argument that all the idea behind storytelling, which starts with ancient mythology, comes all the way forward to today in the stories that we tell as advertisers. I could probably make that argument, but I'm not 100% sure it holds water. Probably two pieces of advice. The first one is, if you were like me, I did not know what I wanted to do. I was not clear on where I wanted to go. And I probably did not start early enough understanding what the world was like outside of Pomona and connecting with the CDO to truly see what was out there. I just didn't start early enough. And so I did knock around for several years after Pomona, having some great life experiences, don't get me wrong. But it took me a little while to find where I fit. So I would say while you have the luxury of being able to do so, try as much as you can to figure out what makes you tick and to align that with your career interests and figuring out how to intern in those spaces and gain some exposure to those careers to see if it really is something you want to do. The second thing I would say is each juncture that I made a change, you'll notice that I had a colleague, I had a friend, whatever it was, where sort of serendipitously, I was able to move from one career path to another. Your network is extremely important. And I remember my parents telling me this, and I remember being a college student kind of waving them off and thinking that I knew better and, not choosing consciously to invest in that early on. For those folks that go to business school, they know inherently that it's all about the network. Because ultimately that's one of the values of the business school you choose is the alum network that you become part of. That helps you find jobs. It also helps you influence the way you think about your own career and influence the way you think about your management style, et cetera. So that's sort of built into business school. But for those that don't go to business school, it's never too early to start building that network and beginning to connect with people and figuring out how can I find my way in, or at least be influenced or informed as I'm looking for my job first out of college. Enjoy it while you have it. I remember as a student thinking that 4 years was a long time. It goes by in the blink of an eye, and Pomona is so incredibly special and such an amazing place that looking back on it, so many things I wish I could have taken advantage of that I didn't do while I was there because I didn't have time or because I had homework or whatever, going to see lectures at the AF up at CMC, or going to another concert at Little Bridges or Big Bridges. Take advantage of all of it. It is right there in front of you. And it is just the most remarkable place. And once you're in the real world, it's not as easy. It's not as present. And you really don't have as much time because your career starts to take precedence.